Well, hello everyone. It's me, Mary C. And today I'm doing a video to help those who don't know how to determine whether or not you have a fresh egg that you can use or an egg that you need to throw away. So that's what this quick video is going to be about. And the first thing we're going to do is I'm using a clear bowl here for example purposes. And I've got 3 dozen eggs, about 3 dozen eggs that I am going to test out. One of the dozen is very fresh. I just bought it yesterday. But the other two are questionable. So what we're going to do is you're looking at a clear bowl here, but you can use any kind of a container, and I'm going to fill it with cold water. So that's the first step, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, everyone, I have put one egg in the bowl, and as you can see, this is the fresh one, and it says best by July 21st. So I have put one of the eggs from that batch, or that dozen, in the bowl. And as you can see from the side of the bowl, it is down on the bottom of the bowl, which that is a good thing. That's what we're looking for our fresh eggs. Can you see that pretty good? So that's what we're looking for. So I have another dozen, and as you can see on here, the best, I guess, what does it say? Best by April 24th. And so what I did was I put 2 of those from that dozen in the bottom of the bowl, and I'll step back just a little bit so you can see. They are on the bottom, which is a good thing. That means that they are still fresh, not as fresh as the one I got that I bought yesterday, but they're still fresh. I'm going to kind of go over it a little bit at the top. You can't really see that well, but these 2 eggs that are in here are kind of standing on their edge, or the base. See, they're not laying flat. You see the curve at the top, they're laying straight up, if you will. And so these are fresh, but not as fresh. They're still good. You can go ahead and eat those. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of the fresh ones back in so that you can see the difference between those guys that are in there now and the fresh one. Because the fresh one is going to, I'm putting it in, the fresh one is going to lay on its side. Can you see how that one is not standing up? It is laying on its side. I'm going to take and go back to you see it? It's the one in the middle. That is the freshest one. And I can take and move it around over to the other side so that you can kind of see that. Oh, I'm splashing. Sorry, I don't know what you were just seeing just now. But anyhow, so I moved it. And you can determine here which one is the freshest one. The freshest one is laying on its side. Okay? As a rule, I will always test the whole dozen. I won't, if I have, or whatever is the remainder in the carton. So what I've done is I have added all of those that were in that carton, and which happened to be a dozen. And normally I don't let my eggs just go to waste. I normally will boil them or freeze them or do something, but I have been very busy with gardening and my boutique, and just a lot has been going on. But anyhow, so if you can see, there is a floater, one floater out of that dozen, which can happen. Sometimes you get none, sometimes you get several. And if the overhead view looks like it may be sitting on top of one of the other ones. But as you can see, it is not. It is floating on its own. And a way to remember which are fresh and which are not fresh is to think of a dead fish. So, dead fish float. You don't want to eat dead fish. So, you do want to eat dead fish, but you don't want them to die naturally or whatever because of some chemical in the water. You want to catch them and do your thing with them. But in this case, this guy is not fresh. it has floated to the top like a dead fish. We don't want that, so we will throw that out. All of the other ones are standing up on edge. They're at attention, if you will. So I'm going to toss that one. And again, this is from the batch that was, what's the date on this one? Oh, I moved it. I forget what the date is on it. Hold on a second. Let me get it. This is the one that was dated. Where is it at? Here we go. April 24th. So out of that batch, I will toss one away. But like I said, as a rule, I will go ahead and test all of them. If they're beyond a certain date, I'll test them. Now these guys here will become boiled. I will boil them, and I will probably do either egg salad sandwiches with those, or we'll just eat them boiled. But they're still fresh. The one that is floating will be tossed away. Okay? For the final one, we are going to test the Best by April 29th. And it looks like I have a dozen in here as well. Give me a second. I'm going to put one in the water and see what happens to it. So I'm laying that one in. And guess what, folks? It's floating. It is floating. I'll put a second one in, see what happens with that one. Oh my goodness, these are floating. So you know what? I am one of those people, I hate to waste anything. And I'm feeling bad already, because these guys are all looking like they're going to float. They are all floating. Okay, so this is how you can determine whether or not, I'm not going to do them all on the camera for you right now, but this is how you can determine whether or not you have fresh eggs that you can eat, or whether you need to get rid of them. If they float, get rid of them. If they are on the bottom, on the side, then you know they're probably the freshest. If they are on the bottom and standing at attention, they're still fresh, but not as fresh as the ones that lay down on their side, and you can still eat them. But if you see them and they're looking like this, where they automatically go into the cold water and they float, you want to get rid of those. So this is me, Mary C. I hope you're having a blessed and wonderful day, and I hope this little video was helpful to you. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and share. This may help someone else. Share the video, and I will look forward to any comments that you have to make. So once again, be blessed. Have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for watching. Okay, this is an extra part of the video. Get it? Extra? Okay, lame joke. Anyhow, this is one of the cartons that I had to eliminate, if you will. So I transferred the bad eggs into the styrofoam container, and I want to keep this container here. This container here is great for gardening. You can put new plants in it. It is biodegradable, so waste not, want not. So this is one of those things that, just a little handy tip. If you have cartons like this that are made out of the biodegradable material, you can use the little egg sections to put plants in. The little egg section, let me see if I can show it to you with one hand on the camera. And okay, so you can see here the little sections. You can cut those, or you can leave it intact as it is, but I would cut it because then it makes it a little easier to plant them. And then you put the soil in, you put your seed in, and water it as you normally would. And then when it's ready to go in the ground, all you have to do is take and put that whole container part, that little egg section, in the ground, and it will deteriorate after a certain amount of time. So that's just an added or an extra bonus.